In case if you haven't heard already, the Super Mario Bros. Are getting a brand new film made by Illumination Entertainment, who you may recall from movies like Despicable Me, Sing, and The Secret Life of Pets. While very little is known about the project, Nintendo gave us some news surrounding the movie all the way back in September 2021 in a Nintendo Direct. Obviously, the big takeaway was the cast reveal. Honestly, I thought a lot of people would actually be really happy as to who was playing who, but for whatever reason, not that many people are liking it. In case if you actually haven't seen the cast already, here is the entire cast that we currently know of.
First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt. Next, Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Mario's little brother, Luigi, will be played by Charlie Day. Bowser will be played by the one and only Jack Black. The comedian Keegan-Michael Key will be playing Toad. Even though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance. He will be played by Seth Rogen. And of course, Charles Martinet, who has voiced Mario and many more Nintendo characters in our games over the years, is also involved and will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie. We also have more incredible talent joining the film to play some of our other beloved characters.
After the Nintendo Direct was over, I honestly thought a lot of people would be really excited that these actors were playing these characters. I mean, especially Chris Pratt, given on how huge he is in both Marvel and just really anything, if you think about it. But for whatever reason, a lot of people were hating on this. And then we got some news not too long ago, and Chris Meldandri, the guy who's helping make the film, and the CEO of Illumination, he said that Mario's voice will be phenomenal in the movie, but will not have his traditional Italian accent. And a lot of people are taking that to heart and automatically calling it, saying that this will now be the worst movie in the world, or something like that. But honestly, I just don't think that's the case. If you ever heard Mario speak in the games in his traditional Italian voice, it's always been bits and chunks. And that's just because it probably would sound really weird if he spoke in full-on sentences. I mean, imagine if that was the case here in this movie. Let's say if Charles Martinet did have a Italian accent and was playing Mario in this movie. I mean, it'd probably sound like this.
Sono portato fratello. Ah, no, si ne telefono con tenete. E tutte le cotto ton simpatichete. E azzomazzo ropo tonori, carapato. Pocon, se ta cotto con a posto.
Let's be real, it gets really annoying real fast. That is why I'm thinking they're going with this cast right here. Now, yes, obviously I do prefer Charles Martinet's Italian voice, but I think this is the big reason they're going with Chris Pratt as Mario. Also, another reason is because of this show that you may or may not remember.
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show! With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's a game.
Did I mention that the show came out in the 80s? Because it most certainly did. Now, the reason I'm referencing the show is because if you listen closely to the entire cast's voice, especially Mario and Luigi's, you may know that they don't have their traditional Italian accents. But I'm gonna be honest, if you listen to their voices, it just fits so well.
Well, that's that. Time to turn back.
Nah, we can get across. No sweat.
If there was ever an actor, or at least somebody sounding like a Mario substitute, I feel like this is a good voice they would have to go for, right? And I feel like Chris Pratt will actually sound like this. In fact, looking at some of the Mario cast, I really think that most of the voice talent will be like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. And I know a lot of people probably don't want to hear that, but I think that's the reality that it's gonna be. Yes, I think a few differences will be in line, like, for instance, Charlie Day. He'll probably have a more high-pitched voice as Luigi does in the games, but I don't know he'll sound exactly like Luigi. I mean, wouldn't be too shocked, but whatever. But definitely, I think that most of the voice actors here will sound like the characters from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Just make sure Keegan-Michael Key does do Toad's voice correctly. Yeah, make it high-pitched like it typically is, but just do not, I repeat, do not have his voice sound like from the Mario Bros. Super Show.
What is this white stuff? Albatross with bombs at 10 o'clock!
Can't we just throw him at Bowser? Whether or not you actually like this show, or whether or not you actually like the casting decision chosen for this movie, I think everybody will at least agree on this. Nintendo is helping out with the film. Unlike the last time they made a Mario film, yes, there is actually a Mario film, but don't watch it, it's just awful. I mean, what this isn't Bowser! You can't lie to me, Hollywood! This isn't Bowser! Now, another thing I've seen a lot of people say is they're fine with the cast. Like, they'd have no issues with the cast, which is a good thing. But their main issue is with the company Illumination. Yes, you heard me right. Personally, I like Illumination. Now, yeah, it's probably just because I grew up with Despicable Me and the Minions. I mean, I really like the franchise. But I do agree, yeah, it's kind of a weird decision that they went with Nintendo of all companies. Or is it? You see, I did some research on the web, as usual, you know me, and I actually found something interesting and a valid reason as to why Nintendo Illumination teamed up. You see, Illumination is well known, apparently, not just for their big movies, but also the fact that they do it on a relatively cheap amount of money. You see, Despicable Me was actually made using about $69 million. Of course, don't get me wrong, that's still a lot of money, but compared to other films such as Wreck-It Ralph, which used about $112 million to make it, yeah, now we can see why Nintendo would want to go with Illumination. They make great quality movies with a great storyline, and look at it, they're really successful. Obviously, yeah, not all their movies are great. I mean, look at Hop, that was a complete nightmare. And of course, maybe occasionally sing to some people. I liked it, but that's just me. But now we can kind of see why Nintendo wants to team with Illumination. They don't want to spend as much money compared to, say, Disney. So, I mean, looking at it from that perspective, now you can understand why Nintendo chose Illumination of all companies. And the final thing I want to talk about is the trailer. Why haven't we seen it? Where is it? Personally, I think we are getting very close towards the actual release. And in case if you don't remember what Shigeru Miyamoto said,
it'll be a while longer until we can share a glimpse of Mario in action on the big screen.
But it's been like 5 months since he said that. Typically, Nintendo has this pattern where they say, you'll have to wait a little longer till you get more information on this. And typically, it is around 4 months. Like, really, that's actually how long it is from. Now, of course, there are a lot of exceptions for this, like Metroid Prime 4. Still waiting on that game. They announced a delay all the way back in 2019. We still don't know when the game's coming out. But just in case we are actually going to see it soon, I have a few ideas as to when we could see it. Either at Nintendo Direct, which is supposedly coming out later this month, March 10th, which is Mario Day for anybody who didn't know that, or E3. Out of all those specific times, I don't know where it could drop. I mean, really, for all I know, it could release in the summer, which I hope does not happen, but after all, this is Nintendo, they like to wait a while for whatever reason. But I'm honestly thinking they might drop it either during a February Direct or March Direct or March 10th. I mean, it really is possible. Also, I just don't want to hear people hating on Mario's voice. I want to hear it. I just want people to jump the gun as soon as we hear what the plot is and what, you know, Chris Pratt will sound like. And personally, I think his voice will be great. I trust Illumination. I trust Nintendo, obviously. And if you don't believe me, Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who made the franchise himself, is helping out with the film. So anybody who has strong doubts about this movie, you definitely need to take that into consideration. Now, of course, you can have your opinion on whether or not you're excited for this movie, or if you're not excited for this movie. But I do want to know from you guys, are you excited for this movie like I am? Because I've been waiting for this movie, I kid you not, for like 5 years. Yeah, we've known about it for that long. Or you're like most people who are just upset about this. I'd like to know your opinions down in the comments below. As always, I really thank you all for watching my videos, and I hope you guys will continue to do it throughout the entirety of this year. In fact, my next video, yes, it might be a fighter origin video, but I also want to make a video theorizing on what the plot is based on characters we know are going to appear in the film. But I plan to get this out either before or after the trailer drops, whenever that is. As always though, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.